All right, guys. So I wanted to put together just a quick little video over how to take the quizzes and the unit exams within Canvas. So all of your quizzing and all of your exams will be run through the Canvas system. I do not go out to Connect for this. So everything is housed within here. Now, the first thing to pay attention to will be the deadlines for the quizzes and the unit or module exams. So keep an eye on the announcements, keep an eye on the calendar in the syllabus. Those are your deadlines. So we have an announcement here. Just for example, April 3rd through 10th assignments. You have a quiz over chapter 5 by Wednesday the 6th at midnight. There's another quiz over chapter 7 by the 8th at midnight. So make sure you guys are keeping an eye on this. Now, to access the quiz, what I would encourage, go in, cover the content over that chapter. So make sure you go through the chapter lecture, watch the lecture, take your notes, go back to the book, reference the book, use that to just reinforce the lecture. Then, okay, I need to take a quiz. All the quizzes are 10 questions, multiple choice, 10 minutes. There's a 10-minute timer on the quiz. 10 minutes is plenty of time to answer 10 questions if you're prepared. Don't go into the quiz blind and think, well, I can just Google 10 questions and get a perfect score. It's not going to work. Some of the questions, you're not going to find the answers by Googling it. So make sure you go through the content of the chapter and the book, the chapter in the book, the lecture in the book, before you try to do these things. I would also highly, highly encourage do the SmartBook module over the chapter the quiz is on. The SmartBook is designed just to reinforce the material. It's another study session. Plus, you get 5 points to study. So you do the SmartBook for this example, do the lecture over chapter 5, read the book content over chapter 5, look at how it correlates and it reinforces the lecture, do the SmartBook over chapter 5, you got 5 easy points for studying. Now take the quiz. So when you're ready for the quiz, click on the quiz tab here. Do not do this until you're ready. So click on it, make sure it opens up, and I had already started it just to make sure, but it'll say take the quiz. You click on that, and this is what it's going to show you. You got 10 questions here. Boom, 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 boom. You can see all 10. Now I'm just going to click randomly. Hopefully when you're doing this, you're not randomly clicking. You actually have read and you know it. So you go through, and makes more sense to start at 1 and work your way down, but just for the example here, there we go. All right, I got all 10 questions, and I'm going to submit. Oh, I actually missed a question. The system is designed to catch this. No, 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 I don't want to submit because then I know I missed that question. Guaranteed wrong if you don't answer. So you go back, you find the question. Oh, there it is. I missed question 5. I click the correct answer, hopefully. Now I submit. So the nice thing, once you submit, excuse me, it will give you your immediate results. I didn't do so good here. That should be a big red flag. I'd better go and study. Yeah, I failed, missed every single question. Not a good thing. Go back and study. I would hope everybody would get a good score on the quiz. But if you missed anything, go back in and look at the question you missed. Figure out the correct answer, because you're going to see very similar questions on the unit exam. So each unit has 2 quizzes. A unit has anywhere between 3 to 4 chapters in it. So if you're taking 2 quizzes over the unit, you've studied and been tested over half to 2/3 of the content. The whole point of the quizzing is to help you see the types of questions you'll see on the unit exam. So you do it in a small scale, 10 questions over this chapter. Boom. Okay, feel kind of good about it. Let me move to the next one. If you don't feel good about the quiz score, you didn't get it right, or you did have to look up and Google some of the answers, that should tell you you're not ready for the unit exam. So don't think, oh, I got a 10 out of 10. I'm ready. I'll ace that unit exam. If you did the quiz without looking anything up, you are ready to ace the unit exam. But if you used your notes and you looked up questions on the quiz, that's a false sense of knowledge that, wow, I got a 10 out of 10, but I looked up 4 questions. You really only know 6 questions. But your score is still going to show a 10 because the system cannot determine when people are looking things up or using their notes. So I just want you guys to be realistic about it. So then when you get to the unit exam, you are prepared. So each unit, again, will have 2 quizzes. They both work the same exact way. 10 questions, 10 multiple choice questions over the content from the lecture. That is also reinforced by the content in the textbook. So don't think, oh, where'd these questions come from? Lecture and that same chapter and same content in the textbook. Okay, so go back, make sure you guys are ready for it. Now when it comes time for that unit exam, hopefully you've done both quizzes, you've done both smart books, you've prepared, you've studied. There will be review sheets here that you guys can use. I encourage use them as a practice test. See if you can fill them out without using your notes. Do you have that knowledge in your head? Go through, fill all that stuff out. Once you feel comfortable with it, then you're going to move to the unit exam. The unit exam works just like the quizzes, except it's bigger. It's over all the chapters in a unit, usually 25 questions, 2 points each, 50 points for the unit exam. And I try to even out the questions, roughly the same amount of questions from each of the chapters associated with the unit. That way you don't spend 2 hours studying each chapter and then get to the unit exam and go, well, there's only like 2 questions over chapter 5. I try to keep it close to the same. It's not exact, but fairly close, even distribution of questions from each chapter. All right, so again, unit exams are just bigger, 25 questions, 50 points, quizzes, 10 questions, 10 points. So the structure behind the course, if you do all of the labs, you do all of the smart books, you guys should all be doing really well on quizzes. You get all of those points. If you don't hit a home run on the unit exam, it's okay. The other points help balance out if the unit exam doesn't go as well as you hope. And then you do that per unit. And then the next unit, and you stack all those units up. When it comes time for bigger tests like midterms and finals, you shouldn't have that much pressure on you if you've done well in every unit because you've prepared. So think about the unit exams like if you're into sports, those are your games. When you go to a competition, you do well in each game, that builds you towards a playoff. Big picture at the end of the semester. Okay, so just wanted to give everybody a heads up of how the quizzes work and the unit exams. Make sure you are getting those done before midnight on the night they're due. If there's any technical issue, like, oh, my system crashed, it timed me out, it did this, it did that, email me immediately. But here's the roll of the dice. If you wait until 11:30 the night these are due, I can't reset that. I'm not going to be able to see it and reset it in time. So please don't come to me and, oh, well, I waited until 11:30 Friday night when it was due and my internet this or that or something happened. Can you reset it? No, I'll reset it if you're done early, if you're proactive. But if you're a last minute person, I probably can't get it reset. That's the risk you run. So move on, okay? There's extra things built into the course to make up if somebody misses a quiz or misses something. Don't stress, move on. If you miss a unit exam, the score you get on the midterm or the final replaces one missed unit exam. If you're missing multiple unit exams, you have really some time management challenges and things we need to talk about. That's a different conversation. So hopefully nobody's missing the unit exams and the quizzes. So make sure you guys get these in. Any questions, as always, please let me know.